Okay, did everybody get at least their individual SMART goal? This is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to ask you to put your name on that at some point, make a copy of it somehow, and give it to your building administrator. If you didn't get the group one done, no problems. You're meeting again in September, I understand. You can finish it then as a group. The whole idea, folks, is if you don't make a plan for how you're going to use this, you won't use it. It'll fall by the wayside like a bazillion other things. And like I said, if it only does is it make you stop and think about it once in a while, I've met my goal here. That you're at least thinking about what you're doing and making some decisions. That said, I have enjoyed my time with you immensely. You're a lot of fun, and it's when you go do these, you know, you kind of like to be with people who, you know, kind of like to have a little fun once in a while. So I've enjoyed my time with you. You've done an excellent job. You've stayed on track. You've hung in there in a lot of stuff, and I do so appreciate your time. I hope you use this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Connie. And there will be future discussions. We aren't just going to be dropping this after today when Connie leaves. We will be talking about it in September. Admin will be discussing that kind of thing with you after class visits, summative evaluations, formal evaluations. So it will stay in the forefront. Also keep in mind, we talked about trainings yesterday, the online trainings. So if you haven't had the opportunity to finish your bloodborne pathogen, your tech use, your bullying prevention, those are due September 15. Is there anything that you wanted to say?
And again, you do not have to print anything for that. All you have to do is make sure you go through the whole completion process until it says you're done. And we get a record of who's taken it and who hasn't. So we're going through right now so we can remind you if you want to. But obviously, what you've taken it, it'll show up as green. You've taken it, and you're good to go. So it'll show up on your record of it. Just one thing about this, the matching your instruction with the assessment. Many of you have probably already heard the Smarter Balance Test is a go, and it's for, I believe, 2017.
Yep, when that critical time for the
first time. So
third grade
we need to be
students.
working for that.
Yeah.
This increased rigor is going to be a major part of that, because as you saw, the Iowa tests don't match up with that increased rigor. So please keep that in mind. And I know we're asking a lot. The plan book is a new thing, but it's just a good way for you to have good discussions, for you to try to think always about your instruction and how it matches up with what you're supposed to be teaching. We all like to think that we're all teaching exactly what we need to be teaching. It's a good check and balance to see where you're doing it. It'll also give the administrators a good way to have discussions with you about your lesson plans. And you won't have to submit everything in writing, write it down on a piece of paper and hand it in, and have them figure out what stuff's supposed to do and stuff. So trying to get everything to match up with the things that we want to be doing.
And while we have everybody here, I want to talk to you all about something that is affecting the elementary, but will affect you too, because that group of students has gone on to junior high. And Connie, feel free to work behind me and get things done. But as a parent, if you are a parent of the Guthrie Center Elementary student, you received a letter yesterday via email to inform you that Guthrie Center Elementary is a Center 1 school for math. We were on the watch list last year. We have awesome proficiencies. What, 86%, 93%, 81%, somewhere in there and somewhere else in there for the other grade level. But we had one group of students that did not grow as much as they needed. A subgroup. We have a subgroup of a grade that did not grow as much as they should have. So one of the requirements of the DE then is to notify parents of this information. There's not one elementary staff member who's happy to be on the list, and we'll work hard to get off of that list, but it is what it is. We've been working on our, we've been focusing on reading for years, and we started working on math again last year, and we've never forgotten about math, but reading has just been kind of gotten a little bit ahead of it. So we're working hard. We are going to be working with Diane Royer this year. We are learning about new routines, best practices, so we'll work on that. What's funny about well, not funny, but the requirements of the state are just something else. So one of the things that we have to do is use 10% of our Title I funds to go towards PD for math, which will